All right. Hello, Axanar. How is everyone out there today? It's Alec, and I am on a beautifully lit USS Aries bridge. We have a new setup here, thanks to Stogie and Jeff. We've got our new DSLR camera, and we've learned how to web stream, use it for web streaming. So the image is really good. It's not coming from my computer. It's coming from my DSLR camera that's set up here that we're now using for all the videos we're doing from the bridge. Jeff and Stogie lobbied me to plunk down the cash for that. And I was like, I couldn't argue with them. I was like, yeah, that sounds like a good plan. So we got the camera. We've up there. I hear Dale outside. There's Dale Simpson, our XO for the USS Aries chapters coming in. He'll join us. I'm going to have him set up his camera. And Stogie, make sure you've sent Dale an invite on Facebook. But hope everyone's doing great. Great to see you. Come on in, Dale. Dale, sit over there at Tactical Station. Get your iPhone set up there, and we'll add you to the stream. Yeah, we're casual here. So Dale was off with a friend at the VFW. You know, all those old vets. They all sit at the VFW and drink and tell war stories. So he just dropped his buddy off and just got here. But there's so much to talk about. We're so happy to be back with Axanar Confidential, which is what, 89? Is that what we have? There's a lot of news. So let's get right into as my buddy Pete Dominic would say, the news dump. And here's what's going on. First of all, Prelude to Axanar has hit 5 million views on YouTube. So woohoo! We're all excited about that. 5 million views. Thank you. Thank everyone who watches it over and over, because I know so many of you say that to me. They're like, "Oh, this is like I watch it all the time," and I don't blame you. So thank you. 5 million views is amazing. It's probably like 1 million people because it's 5. Everyone watches it multiple times. If you need help, Dale, just shout. But so that's big news. The other big news is 100,000 subscribers here on YouTube. Thanks to Stogie. Thanks to Jeff. Stogie really is the one that drove us to 100,000. Whoop, you got to shut off your audio. Can you do that? We'll mute him. There we go. Yeah, I guess we can leave you on mute and you can just talk and this camera will pick it up, Dale. Okay. So 100,000. I know Stogie sent me the thing. Everyone wants me to get the plaque. Did you get the plaque yet? You get a plaque when you hit 100,000 subscribers, and I'm like, I have to fill out something, and Stogie's on top of me, so that's all good. That's big news also. So thank you all for that. I mean, really, we really have to thank the squadron guys too, and gals, because we added them to our channel, and that really drove subscribers. We were at like 93 when we started, and it was just like bam. And we got up there fast. So that's big news. The other big news, I mean, there's so much to talk about here, guys and girls. Thank you. We got 70. I see we have 76. Before I get to some more news, let me just go through real quickly the comments. Say hi. Mike Basil. Oh, by the way, if you're new, if this is your first Axanar Confidential, we've kind of got this little thing. Everyone who's new to the channel gets a free patch. You go to the Aries Studio store. You pay the $1 shipping fee. Say, I'm new to the channel, put that in the notes there at checkout. I'm new to the YouTube, and we send you a patch and a sticker. I'll throw some other stuff in there sometimes. And so you get a $10 patch and a $3 sticker for free. So just for the shipping. So please do that. AriesStudios.net. I'll put the Stogie, put the Aries Studios URL in here. Thanks. And Stogie's our producer, our YouTube producer. We have to thank him. He does a wonderful job. Let me get to the comments. So Mike Basil's new. Jeremy Burton, Jim Westbrook. There's so many of you that come over and over. Gary Pollock, how are you? Are you new? I'm not sure if that I know. Patricia Pitts, Miss Karen B. We also have some wonderful ladies. It's always nice because ladies are such a small part of kind of like the overall audience that we get. Dale, your camera's pointing the wrong way. It's not pointing at you. Or you can sit up there. That's fine because There, yeah, go sit up there. Yeah, it's pointing up there at that station. Yeah, so just go sit up there, and we'll get a good feed from you. I'll add Dale in. Add Dale in here. There he is. There. Hey, Dale. So Tesler's here, Westbrook here, Olive Drab. Gosh, so many of the Ryan, so many of the usuals. Thank you. Thanks. Shiny FX. Are you an FX company? That's great. Right, Subletta, of course. Wow, look at all you guys. So many new people here. Yeah, right. Subletta says, here's an idea for you. When Axanar is complete and drops, have the squadron team dub it in chit chat. Absolutely. Why not? That's such a great idea. There's Scott Martin Gavin, also known as Cat Slave.
Dale, move your chair closer.
Yeah, can you move that way a little?
Come closer, directly towards the camera. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, that's better.
That's so good.
You were just so far away. All right, drop it now.
Oh, Shiny FX is a student VFX artist. Well, that's good. Love to see your work, man. Love to see your work. Put you in touch with some of our people. Happy Friday to you. That's awesome. So let's. If you have it, there's a couple new videos we got out. The most important one is the Axanar update. Make sure you go watch the Axanar update video. We kind of tell you which, I'll give you the highlights here. The big thing is that we are, obviously because of COVID, now the vaccinations are coming out. The core team, Jeff, our DP, Mark, our longtime editor, post-production supervisor, Ted Brunetti, our amazing director. We all talked about it, especially because we have this big LA shoot. We have 2 shoots left. One shoot here in Atlanta, which will be 2 or hopefully 4 days. I'll talk about that. And then a shoot in LA, which is probably 3 days. And we just said, why are we rushing it? Because there's so many complications when, right now it's a lot tougher. You need to have a COVID compliance officer, which we do. But, masks and social distancing. And listen, I think I got COVID from being on a film set in the beginning of March. So we all basically agreed, especially with how hot LA is right now, hot meaning virus-wise. And we said, instead of rushing it, why don't we just wait until everyone's vaccinated? Like March 8th, everyone will be vaccinated by June. And then we can go in like August and have a great film shoot and not worry so much about it, right? And that's kind of where we wound up. We was like, let's do it the right way. So being that we're going to wait till August to shoot, I'm going to put that in quotes because maybe July, maybe September, but August. In the meantime, so that's one big piece of news. The other big piece of news is that we are hot in the middle of producing the full-length Axanar audio drama. And so we've taken the 2-hour script that we were going to shoot. It's been there's gone through some rewrites. I put it through some oh my gosh. Varg69 gives us a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, for Axanar. Thank you so much. So the full-length audio drama, we're going in. I'm even adding back a couple scenes that we deleted out, one of which is awesome because it has a character from TOS, from another episode of TOS, but it fits so perfectly into Axanar. So, and I think Dale knows about it, right, Dale? You know what I'm talking about, right? Dale knows. So,
It's not Janice.
and it's not Janice Rand, but it's awesome. It's awesome. So we are working. We've gone through the script. I've got a new co-writer, Naomi. What's Naomi's last name? Stockfield. She is a friend of J.G. Hertzler's. She and her boyfriend moved down here. He's like a PA. They moved down here. He got a job at a hospital here. And JG calls me and he says, Alec, I've got this writer friend and she's coming down to Atlanta. Why don't you meet with her? I said, yeah, sure. And young writer, runs a writing, a group up there in New York. And so we started working on things. So she went through all the scripts. And we went last week. We had a meeting where she shared her notes with me, And most of them were really minor. They're really good notes, like everything from punctuation and style, but more like, okay, why did this happen? Things. Sometimes writers give you notes like, well, I like destroyed rather than devastated or whatever. Okay, those aren't always helpful notes because that's kind of their preference, right? But her notes were like, okay, why did this happen here? Because I thought this, and it was stuff like, oh, helping us make sure that the script is clear, that when we do it, that everything makes sense, right? Those great notes. So we spent 3 hours going through every part of the script. It was awesome. Took her to our favorite restaurant, Local Republic. We got our booth by the kitchen where we often are. So that's great. Now we're going through and putting narration in. I know Mark Edward Lewis had done some, but our new producer, Matt, he really has kind of given us instructions on him and his team weren't happy with the narration. And so we're going back now and listening to some more audio dramas and kind of getting for a feel the way the narration will really drive the story. We don't want narration that's just a lot of exposition, right? So that means we're gonna have to get JG to redo because he did about half the narration already, and that's totally fine. So the audio drama is big news. Let me just check a couple here, a couple of your comments. Craig wants an Axanar face mask. People have said that to me. And Rick Rarick, you're new here. Rick says Axanar is the best Trek other than Seth Trek, aka the Orville, which started filming season 3 again. Thank you, sir. We appreciate that comment. Well, the studio has AC. Delon is Christopher Weave's brother, Christopher, who does Starfleet Tactical. So there you go. Adam Vera, $5 super chat. I missed yours, Adam. It went through so fast. While you're on the bridge, why not super chat? Thank you, Adam. Adam is the king of super chatters. This is a good idea. Yes, Stephen, make sure you follow up with me on that, and we'll get your mom to make some Axanar face masks because we certainly have the fabric for it. All right, audio drama. So the audio drama will be out, fingers crossed, June, July at the latest, I'm hoping. Matt and his team in Canada are ready. Dana and I are meeting every week now and going through everything that we have, cataloging it, choosing our selects. Selects are when you have a number of different takes. A director's select is, this is the take I want, right? So I was listening to, a great example was Freya, who was one of our dead engineers, dead red shirts. She's awesome. Freya's awesome. And she did Karn's wife. And so she did various takes. And I knew what I want, and Mark was directing her a certain way, and Mark had a certain vision for what mine was a little different. So we're going through all those takes, and Freya's local, so I may even bring her back into the studio and ask her to redo a bunch of stuff. But she nailed it. A couple of them, like some of them, I wasn't crazy, and then I was like, no, that's the take. That was great. So we're working through the audio drama. The audio drama will be released with an illustrated script. So we're real excited about that. Working on that as well. So once we have the script put to bed, adding all the illustrations, get it laid out, and it's going into China, get printed, and it'll be back here. And we will. That is a perk for some people, but as well as we'll make that available through a Kickstarter to everyone. Shane, hold on. Shane's like, why isn't Dale talking? Dale will be talking in a second. I'm about to just be patient. I was just about to get to him. The cheese is in Greece. Aloha from Greece. That's like crossing the streams. If you're in Greece, you should be saying Kalamerese, right? I'm Greek, so I know that. That means good day to you, right? So Kalamerese, our Greek friend, the cheese. Are you Greek or are you just stranded in Greece? He's actually is my most anticipated Star Trek universe movie. Wow. Adam the King, $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. We appreciate that because you are the king. All right, so big news this week. There's so much news. The big news is our chapter, the USS Aries. I'm going to let Dale. Dale, what happened this week with the USS Aries chapter of Starfleet International?
Well, we did not have a warp core breach, but we got to leave space dock and we got launched as our own chapter. So we are officially the USS Aries. Captain Garth took us out and launched us on our mission. So we've got charities that we're doing.
Alec was out in Texas.
Oops. Keep going.
Alex was out in Texas picking up a trailer for one of our pet rescue folks. We continue to bring in members. I'm not sure. I got to check with Starfleet with their comp ops folks, but we launched with 101 members. So there are chapters that don't have that many people. Full-fledged chapters have been going for years. You're only required to have 10 full-time members to launch. We have 101. So and the first 10 people I had to put on our
Dale, your sound is a little far away. Feel free to use your outside voice like you use with the cadets.
Oh, got it. Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
So our first 10 members I put down on our roster for approval. Half of them were from like Israel, Netherlands, Canada. So we've got members from all over the world, not just local, in our chapter. And we welcome anyone to join. It's $5 a year.
$5 a year. That's it.
I don't know, 10 shekels, 5. I don't know. But anyway, it's really inexpensive.
5 Federation credits.
And if you want, no Latin. It doesn't require Latin. But you can do a family membership for $9, and that brings in, I think, up to 4 or 5 members.
Yeah.
On that $9, and we've got a lot of openings on our ship. So if you want to be transporter chief, a weapons tactical person, you want to be communications, engineering, whatever, we have the openings. And it's a lot of fun. You get out of the Starfleet International what you put into it.
But they have so many programs.
Oh my God.
They literally have a Starfleet Academy filled with courses. I mean, because Starfleet's been going for like 40 years, right? It's one of the oldest and largest Star Trek fan clubs in the world. They got chapters all over the world. We're honored to be part of it. And yeah, you come in and you can take all sorts of courses in anything. And then you can, as you do those things, you get promoted within the ship. I was just talking to the guy who's in charge of our Makos the other day. We have a chapter of Makos on our ship. We have a what do you call that? A squad.
Yeah.
And do we have Marines on our ship?
We did. We lost our head Marine. But anyone, if you want, and that's the cool thing about Starfleet, you can role play anything you want. You can be any race you want. But yeah, we have Marines, we have Makos. It's really exciting. And those guys, they have their own thing they do while they're in the chapter, but they get together. The Marines get together every year, and they have the Starfleet Marine Ball or some such, and they have a muster, an annual muster. But yeah, anything you could think of. We have when we first started, we had 6 or 8 members who went through Starfleet Academy and just nailed all these certifications. We had our bridge certification 4 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago. So anything you can think of, Starfleet Medical, there's chapters that do their own badges, they fundraisers. We have our own store, so you can get the Aries patches, put them on your shirts or coats. Yeah, we're looking to do a lot of fun things.
Michael Weir just donated $50 to sign up 10 people.
Awesome.
So if you're one of the next 10 people that signs up, we will pay for it. How's that? Michael Weir will pay for it. Weir, you're the best, man. We love you. We love you. I got to catch up with you, Weir, too. Weir and I have business between us. Besides me providing dogs for him, he adopted one of our rescues, Joe. So not Joe. Pat, what he calls him Pow Pow. What do we call? I forget his. What was the little Chihuahua's name when we had him? Jose or something. So, Alexandrino, thank you. You're trying to donate. Just go to axanar.com and click on Aries Digital, and you'll be able to figure out how to donate there, or just go buy something from the Aries Studio store. So and Dale has been doing amazing work. Dale is our XO, and Paul Osborne is our second officer. Paul, who many of you know as Sturmbaum Alk, because he goes in incognito on Facebook.
He's undercover.
Yeah, he works for the government.
So he's
he's an assassin. And he adopted one of our Belgian Malinois. So we're big on dog rescue. If you're new here, you're going to find out we're big on dog rescue. Dale recently adopted one of the rescue dogs. Dale's family adopted Trooper. Michael Weir adopted one. Shane adopted Mojo last year. And he's adopting one of the little ones. If you go to my Facebook page, you'll see that my header image is 4 little boxer pups that we fostered, and we're going to be fostering them again. Shane is adopting one of them. He's literally paying my way out there. I'm going to put him on in a carrier and take him out to Seattle with me.
Alex is humble. He won't tell you this, but during the week, he will do a pet transport numerous times in a month. I can't even tell you. Like, he'll say, "Hey, man, I'm not going to be at the studio this morning. I got to drive down to Griffin.
Yeah.
I got to drive down to Macon, and I'm going to bring a pet up of Valdosta." It's an all-day drive in the car with a pet to take it to another rescue, to move them on up the line to make sure they get adopted and get a good home. So Alec deserves a lot of credit. And like I said, there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that he does that he doesn't get a lot of credit for. But
Well, thank you, sir.
He's
Thank
the
you.
heart of our chapter, and that's one of the things that we do is we got to take care of these animals whenever we can.
Yeah, and it's incredibly rewarding work. The hard work is the one that the actual dog rescues do. They're the ones that are pulling the animals, and believe me, because there's people are so many people in this country are just idiots when it comes to animals and do not have the love and compassion that we have and that most of our fans have. I know there's so many of you out there. Weir has dogs, and Scott Gavin is a cat person. We have cat people. We have dog people. But the rescues, Tracy from Freedom Bridge Animal Rescue and Amy at TLC Pet Rescue, and Christy, who I just saw this week at Incredible Paws in Texas, they're wonderful people. And it is heartbreaking work sometimes because, you can't save all the dogs. They're constantly having puppies die in them because people throw dogs out on the road all the time, especially in Texas. It's awful. So it's heartbreaking work. So what we do, we open our house to foster, we transport, we do all the little things we can to support them, all the work they. So that's why we have. You'll see we have you can donate to the animal rescue. We have patches that you can donate for. They're $15. And the Axanar Dog Rescue, which we have an Aries patch, Animal Rescue Emergency Support. You can donate for that. All that money goes to dog rescue. I just spent 3 days going down to San Antonio. One of our dog rescue people, she volunteers for Incredible Paws, and she was in a bad way. She lost her job this past year. She was living in the crappiest mobile home trailer. I mean, I posted a photo of it on online. It just. And she discovered she had holes all over it. I mean, she literally couldn't stay in it when the Texas freeze happened. And then they discovered black mold. So I was like, we need to get her out of there. So we raised money, and I went down there, and we bought her a RV, a used RV. We spent $6,000 on it, and it's a pretty nice one. I've got photos online. You can always check it out through through my page, through the Axanar page, we post about it. Anyway, that's the kind of thing we do now. That usually we're rescuing animals. In this case, she has 6 dogs, so her and her 6 dogs are now in this beautiful RV She literally couldn't believe that someone was doing this for her, and it's because we have so many wonderful people that donate that we can do these things. So thank you all for that. And that's part of the Aries chapter, and part of what Dale and I do is we find great things like this to do, and people in need, and dogs in need, and so there's a big community service, charitable aspect to it. Anything else? What's coming up, Dale?
Well, since we got the audio and we're working on the shoot, the only thing I need to bring your attention is we need to do an Aries animated, but I won't bring that. Oh, we're online. Okay. So yeah, everybody push for Alec to do that, because that's the only other thing medium we haven't covered yet. But now we're hoping to, as more people get the shots and all, that we can have an actual maybe a membership meeting here at the studios, maybe a cookout or something, as more people get inoculated, and it's safer to do that, and the numbers go down. But we will do meetings, live stream meetings. So
Yeah.
no matter where you're at, you can call in. And one of the things I suggest to Alec, I didn't ambush him, but maybe to raffle off the ability to be on Starfleet Tactical with Chris.
Oh yeah, that is a
So
great.
many people are fans of that, and it's very addictive when you listen to those guys talk. They know their stuff. They'll break down an episode and talk about how it works in real world tactics.
Yeah,
it's just so compelling. But I think we could probably get like a guest host to host with him once in a while. Raffle that off.
That's a great idea. We need to we need to do that.
Alec, you need to tell people about the memberships on the YouTube as well.
Yeah, we have a couple ways you can support the studio. So the studio is Dale, why don't you can you take your camera and just show everyone what we got here? You can even leave it on the tripod you can take it off, whatever. So Dale's going to show you if you haven't, this is the bridge of the USS Aries that we use in the film. The bones of it was built in California, and then we moved here and we finished it in 2019. And then we redid all the electronics in 2020. In 2019, is that right? No, 2000. When was Axicom? Was that 2018?
18.
That was 2018. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so and then 2019 we replaced all the we replaced the computers that were running everything. We have every station. So like you see behind me, like these stations were being run by computers. It took so much power that we had to have a generator to run the bridge. So we took out all the computers and we ran it all. We now run them all on what's called a Raspberry Pi, which is basically a little circuit board. It's a little computer, but it looks like a circuit board, and it's got USB connection. I'm not the computer guy, but anyway. So now, before it took 200 amps of power to run this, which is a lot. Now it's like 28. So we literally can just plug this bridge set into the wall. Dale's getting his camera back up. There's multiple ways to support us here. We have a Patreon campaign, and we urge you to go there at Patreon, patreon.com/Aries Studios. That is one way to support us. You can subscribe here on YouTube to support us. That's another great way. But listen, the most important thing is subscribe to our newsletter. Make sure you get our newsletter on axanar.com/newsletter. Be on the mailing list, and then we just bombard you with emails about everything. And we've set it up now that you can choose. Like, if you're not interested in buying swag from the store, you can unsubscribe from that list. If you don't care about dog rescue, we'll send someone to assassinate you. You can unsubscribe from that list. So you can manage your subscriptions that way. But being on the newsletter is the best way to find out about what's happening. Here's Dale. Okay, Dale is back. We'll add Dale back to the stream. Okay, Dale.
I don't know how to turn this around.
Ha ha. You want me here? Over here. Is that an iPhone?
No,
Oh,
it's in
oh, it's. Oh my gosh, it's not.
because this is facing me. So.
Oh, nope, that's not it. Let's add you. Oh, we'll add you in. Well, I don't. Oops. Gotta shut up this. Sorry. Feedback. All right, Dale's gonna figure that out. You got it. There you go.
If I can get the
Well, you could just. Yeah, you have to do that on your camera, not in StreamYard.
oh,
But there's always there's always tribbles here. We're always having tribbles in the system. Speaking of tribble, oh my God, Crystal rescued a dwarf bunny. When we got him, he was like 5 weeks old. He literally looked like a tribble. We thought we adopted a tribble. Now he's grown. He's about this big. He's absolutely adorable. What else was I going to tell you about? Oh yeah, so we have a Kickstarter going right now, which I want to remind you all of. It's the Kickstarter for the. Oh, there we go. Kickstarter for the Klingon Klingon graphics. We have There's 4 posters, 11 by 17, of different Klingon. Oh, there you go. Different Klingon console graphics and a schematic of the D6. So here you go. This is the main one. I love this one. It's so awesome. And we've got a couple of them. Let's see. I'll show you. Let me show you. There's a bonus one of the Aries being targeted. And let me show you. And then there's another great one, which let me get to that image. Let me share this image with you. All right. There you go. That is the D6, and that kind of matches the one we do for the Aries. These are all in the Kickstarter. So if you go to Kickstarter, so just search for Axanar, you'll find our Kickstarter for the Klingon posters. They're 11 by 17-inch posters, so they fit in a portfolio really nicely. We'll even tell you how to get the portfolio. And here, Dale's going to show you the bridge. All right.
Is it?
Yeah, you can turn it horizontal. Yeah. There you go.
So that's the fleet ops.
Can you shut off your sound? Dale's really good at giving tours of the bridge.
I did it. He just keeps dropping in and out. So
Okay,
go slowly, Dale, because it creates a lot of lag in the camera when you go fast.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the good stuff.
And you can point out all the good Easter eggs in our consoles as well. Dave Lingell says, any talk from CBS to hire you guys? Because from what I've seen, your production and visual is better than Picard or Discovery. I hate that phasers went to burst, not full long blasts. Thank you, David. Yes. No, there's no talk from CBS hiring us. They won't even return my emails. They I'm gathering they're just not too happy. At least CBS isn't. I hear we are favorably looked upon at the production, at Discovery. As I tell people, I told my friend, I have a friend who works there and up in Toronto on Discovery. And I said to him, I said, he knows Alex Kurtzman. I said, does Kurtzman know about Axanar? And he said to me, Alec, everyone in Toronto knows about Axanar. Everyone at Discovery. So I was like, oh, wow. So, yeah, listen, they're pros at what they do. They don't need a bunch of amateurs, mucking things up for them. I think people say very nice things like that about it. It would be an honor to work for them, but I have no delusions about that. We're doing our thing, and we will continue to do our thing after we're done with Axanar this year. We're going to get into the Orville fan film that we're doing with JP Poole. So we're real excited about that. And we have another project you're going to love. David is from West Virginia. Oh, that's good to know. Interlude, it's coming. He's working on it. That's all. That's pretty much all I know. There is a Death Blossom button at the weapons console. Hello to Troy Light. Sending our love to him. Cool. I'm just checking your comments out here. Until I got to meet him on a teleprompter, don't I? All right. What was the? Let's see. So I just want to make sure we cover all the news with you all. We talked about again. Make sure you watch the Axanar update video. That is the And now from now on, anyone says when's Axanar coming out, I'm just gonna link that video. There you go. Watch that video. That explains everything. That's the other thing. There's a scene we're looking to film here. In addition, there's the first big battle scene. Excuse me. In the Axanar full-length script, we're looking to film that when we shoot here in Atlanta. That's a 2-day shoot, but it's all bridge. We'd have to bring everyone back for the bridge. I'm excited about that. That would be a lot of fun. So we're thinking of that. Oh, Dave's retired Navy. That's awesome. Very cool. That's the tactical station that Dale's looking at. Those are real computer monitors up top. Everything we have are all the kind of eye-level monitors, as we call them, are real computers. You can see everything moving there. Really cool stuff. Dana Wagner, James Simpson, no relation to Dale. They did most of the electronic work. I want to thank Dakota, who is one of our gaffers, to help with all the lighting. And plus, we have so many volunteers, and it's really awesome when we have so many volunteers. So Axanar Confidential, this show, we used to do it every week, and we stopped for a while just because lots of reasons, including moving. Oh yeah, it's the other big news. Next Thursday, we get fiber internet at my house. Those of you know, I am unable to live stream from my house because the internet is so bad. We live out in the boondocks, and we're literally right now on 5G internet. Like we use the cell towers for our internet at our home. That's changing. We're getting gigabyte fiber next Thursday. Yes, and I will be able to start streaming from home. So. We're talking about Axanar Confidential. It will probably be, if you're a member here, you'll probably be able to see it on this channel, or we'll be doing it on the Aries Studios channel. I'm not sure that we're going to be doing Axanar Confidential here on the Axanar channel from everybody. And there's reasons for that. People are like, why? Well, because live streaming actually hurts the performance of your channel. And then performance meaning the amount of ad revenue you can generate from it. Believe me, I don't pay attention to this stuff, but that's what Stogie and Jeff are for. They do all sorts of research on it, on how the algorithm works. And so when they're like, no, we can't do that, we don't do that. So the Aries Studio channel, we don't worry about because we're not worried about monetizing.
Just to add to that, it'll be on the Axanar channel behind the membership wall. That's why you got to tell people about the subscription.
Yes. Yeah. So if you subscribe here to the Axanar channel, and you can do it for, I think it's $3, $5, or $10. That's it.
$2, $5, and $10.
2, 5, and 10. Okay, there you go. For $2. Then when we stream on here, you'll be able to see it on the Axanar channel. And listen, whether you're donating to our Patreon, whether you're donating to the subscribing to the channel, you're buying stuff from the Aries Studio store, all of it helps us enormously. It costs $4,000 a month to keep the studio open, and that's $3,700 in rent. And we make about $2,100 from the Patreon. The good news is we have a tenant who rents out some of the space, and that's about $1,000 a month. So, and now with the ad revenue we're making off this channel, we're basically paying for the studio pretty close, which is awesome. And thank you so much, everyone who donates. You guys are the ones who keep this open. People have asked me, hello from Lawrenceville, right down the road, huh? That's where we are. The nation of Gwinnett. I'm just reading your comments. Let me tell you about another thing. If many of you know, for the Klingon Kickstarter we got going on right now, we have these wonderful hardcover Axanar Star Trek auction catalogs. This features I did this auction in 2010, actually. This is a full color hardcover book. It's part auction catalog. It's got detailed interviews with the crew, some of the art directors like Doug Drexler. This beautiful book, we're very proud of, you can get for free. How, you may ask? Well, what you do is you go to our Kickstarter, the Klingon Kickstarter, D6 Kickstarter, copy the link and post it on Facebook. Okay, just post it on your Facebook feed or in a Star Trek group you may be in, and then send me the link. You go to the Aries Studio store, you just pay the shipping. It's like $4.95 or $5.95 for shipping. We sell these books for $35. You pay for the shipping, I send you the book for free. All you got to do is post about our Kickstarter on Facebook, all right? Share our Kickstarter on Facebook. You get the book for free. Such a deal. Just pay shipping. There will be details on that. And we're trying to give away things all the time, just as a thank you for everyone. And we're trying to make cool stuff as well. We are on our 5th Kickstarter. We did the Aries MSD poster. Then we did the Ships of Axanar MSD posters. We did the Aries blueprints and the Aries cutaway poster. So we're really, doing a lot of cool posters, and we're about to do one for the patches of the Geronimo class. So we're real excited. We've got 3 cool patches: the Geronimo, the Crazy Horse, and the Cochise that we're releasing. So we're trying to do a lot of cool stuff. Some people say, well, get out the damn film. Believe me, we're trying. COVID's just really shut things down the past year. So we are, believe me, we are anxious to get Axanar out the door. So the audio drama this summer, we'll shoot late summer. Axanar will be out by the end of the year. Questions, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. Yes, Warner Robins Air Force Base, the great museum there. Once COVID's done, we're going to do an event down there. Alec, what do you think about Will Wheaton reading the audiobook? Will and I have words for Will. Nice words. I sent him a letter because he didn't know anything about Axanar when the lawsuit happened. And he came, some haters were talking bullshit in his ear, and he came out and just basically slammed us. So I knew, and I had met him, and I don't think he knew that it was me. He and I had performed together in a performance of War of the Worlds. And so I wrote a letter. I contacted his agent. I said, look, I performed with Will in this radio play. He knows who I am, but I don't think he knows that I'm the guy behind Axanar. And I wrote him a letter, and I explained everything to him, and I never heard back from him. So So yeah, so I'd love to get, chat with Will again and tell him, okay, remember when you talk shit about us? Remember what your number one rule is? Don't be a dick. So I would like to explain things to Will so he can be enlightened. But yeah, I mean, certainly he could read the audio book, but an audio drama is cooler than a book that's read, I think. I've listened to both. Or I love audio dramas. What else we got? Randy Keeler, new member. Woohoo! Randy Keeler, look at that. Look at this is so okay, so you're the first YouTube member that we've been live streaming, and I guess you signed up while we're live streaming. So that's really cool, Randy. Thank you so much and welcome. That is I need to do a screenshot of this because I've never did I screw something up? Oh, Dale, we lost you. What happened? Oh,
I was
okay.
going to show some of the shipping, where we have our posters.
Oh yeah, show the fulfillment area.
But I think it's shut off.
There you go. All right, I'll shut your mic off so we don't get any feedback. So okay, Dale's gonna. There's Dale. Dale's gonna. I will Dale when you get it all set up. I'll add you back to the tree. Randy, thank you for joining. We appreciate that. How long is the film in minutes of full feature? It's about 2 hours. The full feature is about 2 hours. Yeah. So that'll be what the audio drama is. Is there an Delon Weave says, is there an alt control delete button on any panel? No. Okay. So Dale's showing you the now Dale's showing you the those. That's the area where we're shipping posters. All right, so we're shipping posters. You can see some of the cool posters we have. Oh man, look at that! Jeremy Burton is a new member. Woohoo! You guys are on fire. Thank you. Colin Barrett, hey, welcome back. Scott Gavin says he's really enjoying his Axanar calendar. Yeah, the calendar was a blast to do. We had a lot of fun doing that, and that's a kind of project we want to do. And we literally did that in like a week. It was like, hey, why don't we do a calendar? And then we found the calendar printers, and it was by accident. Vistaprint had a sale. I didn't wind up going with Vistaprint, but anyway, the calendar is great. We still have them. I guess we need to discount them now since we're 2 months in, don't we? We'll let you know when we need stunts. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. We appreciate you signing up for a membership. Any questions, go ahead and ask them. We got about 10 minutes left here, and then we're going to sign off, which is good because it's getting cold in here, isn't it, Dale? Yeah, it's getting cold. Tomorrow is Crystal. By the way, it's Crystal's birthday tomorrow. So if you're one of our fans and you're friends with Crystal on Facebook, make sure you wish her a happy birthday, please. She'll get a kick out of it. I'm going to go. She's celebrating at work tonight, so I'm going to go down there. Oh, Al Miska, new member. Look at that. Look at that. Al, thank you very much. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Okay. Al, we want to thank Al. Yes, I do need your mom's help. I'm gonna, matter of fact, I'm gonna send her a bunch of costumes. I probably want to send her a bunch of costumes because we need the necks on the men's costumes made into V-necks as opposed to crew necks. Yeah, that was a problem. We corrected it in Interlude, but yeah. Jim S. Stogie, if you remember, you're a Patreon donor, I think, aren't you?
Looking right now.
Yeah,
Hold
yeah.
on.
Stogie will take care of you there. Yeah, it's getting cold in here. I think I'm gonna have to shut off the heat. Coming in tomorrow morning to ship, so so I'll be here tomorrow. Maybe we'll probably wind up if I get here in the morning. We'll probably do a live stream while I'm packing. Oh no. Hold on. Crystal had a little emergency here.
It does not look like you're a member yet, Jim.
There you go. Oh, no. Okay. All right. There you go. Thank you for the birthday. Make sure you wish Crystal a happy birthday. She doesn't follow the feed. Donnie Pearson's asking me about Paramount Plus. Well, it's interesting. They're putting a lot of effort behind it. I guess any of those channels. Look, here's the deal. Everyone subscribes to Netflix. Everyone has Amazon Prime, so you're subscribed to Amazon, right? Almost everyone subscribed to Disney. I think Disney has become the indispensable streaming service. Just because they have Star Wars and Marvel and Pixar and Disney. I mean, you don't have to have kids to want to subscribe to that channel. And Nat Geo. I mean, it's just, it's insane. ESPN is part of their portfolio. So really, Netflix, Amazon, Disney, then Hulu. A lot of people, those are the four we have. Now, I think a lot of people, because we got rid of our cable finally. And when you get rid of cable, we also have Sling. So we use Sling TV for the things that I want to see, like my news channels, right? Which is not Fox News. And we
Al Jazeera.
Yeah. OAN. Or what's the Russian one? RT. So I think if everyone wants those four services, I guess it depends what your budget is. If you're going to add Paramount Network or I don't know, name the network, HBO Max, right? HBO would be one I'd want. So I don't know. I mean, because then you think of those services, they're $9, $10. So how many do you want? I mean, you have 6 of them, you're back up to $60 a month. That's what your cable bill, the low end of cable bills. So I don't know what people are going to do. I think they've done a good job rebranding Paramount Plus, because CBS All Access I just thought was a dud, but Paramount, I think they've done a good job. I find it interesting how much effort they're putting behind Star Trek, but you'll notice that they said they're not making Section 31 until one of the other shows stops production. So they've kind of capped it at what, 3 shows is that? Discovery, Picard, and Strange New Worlds. Lower Decks, and Prodigy are like on other channels, so I don't really count them as towards Star Trek shows. They're Star Trek shows, but they're doing no more than 3 live action shows at a time because, I mean, these shows cost them a fortune. So I mean, I'm not going to subscribe to it probably, but I can see why you would. I just need more than, and also there's so many shows as it is. It's hard to keep up with everything that you want to see. I mean, what are we doing now? WandaVision, like everyone.
For All Mankind.
For All Mankind is on Apple TV, right? Are you going to subscribe to Apple? You subscribe to YouTube? There's so many channels. So that's a good question. And Jim Westbrook, new member. Thank you, sir. There you go. The Simpsons could be its own streaming channel. The Simpsons channel.
Tell Westbrook to report to the the ion pod.
Did you hear that? You hear that? Dale says to report to the ion pod, Jim. So anyway, so okay, well listen, we're gonna wrap it up. That looks like that's it for now. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We've had fun here on Axanar Confidential. Please subscribe and hit the notifications icon, and also go over to Aries Studios channel and subscribe to that channel. Most importantly, subscribe to the Axanar Newsletter. If you're not a member already, please subscribe to the Axanar Newsletter. Just go to axanar.com/newsletter, or just go to axanar.com and you'll see the link up there at the top. The website's a great place to stay in touch with what we're doing. We are right now, there is a big 25% off sale on the Aries Studio store. 100% of the revenue is going towards the trailer that we bought this weekend. So please go and buy stuff from the Aries Studio store. You'll get 25% off, and 100% of the money you donate goes towards the trailer. So that's it. So thank you. Look for my live stream on the Aries Studios channel tomorrow, and then tomorrow night, Starfleet Tactical. Okay, that's with Chris and Pat. That's always a hoot. That one, that is on the Aries Studios channel. So make sure you subscribe there. If you have any questions, I am always available on Facebook. Just message me on Facebook. Feel free to add me as a friend on Facebook. Add Dale Simpson. He needs friends, so he'll accept any. He accepts all those women who just randomly,
No.
you know.
Not today, guys. It's not today.
So thank you so much. We're also on Twitter. At Alec Peters on Twitter, or at Axanar Film on Twitter. Anyway, there's a million ways to find us. You can find us. We love chatting with you. Don't be shy. Friend us on Facebook. Chat us up. Email me, alec@axanar.com, and we will keep you posted on what's happening. So thank you so much. Thank you to Dale, our XO. Congratulations to everyone who launched as a plank owner on the USS Aries chapter. We'll get back to you with all the cool things we're going to do for you. And in the meantime, as always, live long and prosper, my friends. Thanks to Stogie for producing this segment. And I'm going to check and see everyone's doing well. Looks like we're all doing well. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We will see you next Friday night for Axanar Confidential. Hopefully from Casa Peters and my new high-speed internet. Cheers.